Just let me know when you want me to start. Oh, Cancel Me Now. Isaac Butterfield, Josh Nielsen, Bluey Nielsen, Gabe. Producer Gabe.
One of your better intros.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. It's good to be back. What about this? Give me the wide angle. Ooh, give me the wide angle. Look at that up there, ladies and gentlemen. We have a neon sign that says Cancel Me Now here on the podcast. I don't know why there's an X at the bottom.
Just because there's a little kiss. Cancel Me Now. It's a fucking cracker.
What a week it's been.
Oh, the sign. I'm still on the sign.
Yeah, I know, but I was...
Sign's
How
unreal.
good's the sign?
Sign's unreal.
What about... So I complained on the show the other week about these fucking...
You do that a bit.
That's all I do. Complain about me now. I got these fucking weird, like... They almost look like a laptop charger cable. Got two of them sent to me like 3 weeks ago.
Didn't know what to do with them.
I was like, what the fuck are these?
Who's sending me cables?
And it just said, I had my address, it had my name, and like, I was like, what? No return address? What the fuck are these? Anyway, I was freaking out because I was like, what does this even mean?
Everything freaks you out. So
well, of course.
That would definitely freak you out. Just random cables coming in the
Well, what does it mean? Well, who knows where I live? What are they sending me? What if I'm missing something?
Yeah.
Well, how would you feel if you just had cables turn up at your house?
That's a strange threat for sure.
It's a weird thing to get.
Someone sending you random cables you don't know anything to do with them.
What have I got cables? What's coming next? What's going to happen tomorrow? Turns out they're for these.
What are there sort of two of recently that needs
No, I
plugging
didn't
in?
order them. They sent them to me.
No,
this is like 6 months ago.
You did order the signs though.
No, I just said, yeah, let's do it. They said, do you want me to make signs for the podcast? I said, yeah, sure, let's go.
They're great. Who did it? Can you give them a plug?
Cancel Me Lit or something? What's that called?
That's the podcast that we do.
Get Lit, wasn't it?
Get Lit Neon.
Get Lit Neon. Great work.
Lit me off.
Yeah.
Suck me off or something.
Get Lit Neon.
They actually do really good work.
I can tell.
So
They're outstanding.
Get Lit. If you're after some neon signs for your kebab shop or whatever you do.
Your brothel.
Your bedroom. Yeah, your brothel.
Asian massage parlour. They generally got neon signs out the front.
What's the one in Newcastle? The Asian Star.
The Asian Star, great neon. I heard Two Lit Neons did their
Oh, really?
signage.
That was.
I believe so.
They've got two big like shout outs. One from the Asian Star in Newcastle, the best Asian brothel, and the Buttsman podcast.
That's subjective.
Is it?
Yeah.
How many Asian brothels are there in Newcastle? There's a few.
I mean, there's a lot of rub and tug joints.
Well, apparently there's one in
Apparently.
All alleged.
near where I grew up. You know.
Duggar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At a close beach area around the corner
What, really?
that services women as well.
Ladies need loving too.
Finger jamming.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fingery the biscuit. Like, you know when you get a bit of batter on your fingers and you just lick it off? Apparently there's a bloke there that jams the ladies.
Oh, I mean,
Hits the bloody, the chakras in the right position.
it's all about equality.
Yeah. Hits the spot. And apparently we spoke to a lady who went there.
We should get her on the podcast.
No, she's painful. And she said, I probably shouldn't say that.
Shouldn't talk about Claire like that.
No. And she said that it was the best orgasm she's ever had.
That's great.
She said the bloke was ugly, but he hit the spot.
Generally, as is the case with ugly women, they have to try a bit harder.
Yeah.
So I'm sure ugly dudes, especially in that line of work, you do have to just try a little bit harder.
Well,
if you're going to be ugly, you got to fucking make sure you're good at what you're doing.
Yeah, and that's why I think Gabe really tries at producing the show.
Why he does such a good job, because he's ugly as sin. Uglier than a hat full of arseholes.
You are the arsehole.
What's been happening, boys? How is everyone?
Well, I tell you what, my wife's gone missing.
Yeah, where is Clary? I noticed she wasn't here.
Well, let me tell you all about it.
Oh, dear, here we go.
So
She's trying to find a home for a rabbit or something ridiculous.
close.
Yeah.
Close.
Not far off.
There was a Kelpie being put down tomorrow.
She's gone to stand in front of it. It's like, you know, in like the movies where they're going to bulldoze like the forest and they're standing in front of
She's
the
a
bulldozer.
part of the Extinction Rebellion.
Claire's
She's
in front of the euthanasia needle at the vet.
She's dived in front of it.
No.
Don't worry about the baby growing inside.
What's she doing?
Well, there's a Kelpie getting put down and she's gone up to the pound to get it.
What, bring it here?
No, I'll take it to her parents' house for a couple of days. They're going to foster it.
And then what?
I don't know.
What
I
happens after a couple of days? She hasn't thought this one through.
know what her dad's like and they're going to keep it.
They'll
I
keep
guarantee you next week on the show, they will have a new dog. Apparently he's beautiful. I'll show you a photo.
I'm sure he is, but just let it go. You can't save them all. That's insane. I mean,
He's cute.
personally, I'd let that one die.
No, he's very nice.
That one, in my opinion, that one's better off dead.
Well, he's just a little fella. He's very cute. And Claire got onto her parents. I spoke about it on the Mum and Dad show, which I did alone.
It's just the dad show.
Just the Dad show.
It's the and dad show.
When Dad's alone, Dad will play. Mum had a girls' night out.
So she's saving her.
So she went up with her dad to get it, and they saved it from being killed. So that's good. They've done a great job. But I've had to be the dick in the situation and go, we can't. And she goes, I know, but we have to do something.
I'm glad you put this podcast before that, because I would have been asking questions if you were there too. And you like move the podcast because you had to go save this dog. I'd be like, mate,
man, we there's too much. We've got a child being reared.
Yeah,
we have Rosie's crook. We've got Littlefoot. He's a bucket of fun.
He wouldn't go for a wee before when you were telling him to go for a wee.
Yeah, but he doesn't wee inside. He's just like, no, Dad, I'll piss when I need to.
I'll tell you when I'm ready.
But Rosie's issue means she drinks a lot more water, so she has to go to the toilet a lot more. And she's got an interesting positioned bladder, which means it's a long story.
It sounds like a lot.
But that's dogs, man. They look after them when they're healthy and when they're crook. So Claire's done that.
Why was it getting put down? Was it naughty?
No.
Was it a bad dog?
It wasn't naughty or nice. It can't
have been that good because we're going to kill it.
Well, in the pound up at Singo, after a week, if they're not clean, they get put down.
Yeah.
Which is pretty rough.
Yeah, it sucks, but like...
You got to kill something.
Something's got to die.
Yeah. I know. I like your attitude.
No, what do you do?
I know.
What do they do with the dog after they kill him?
I think they just throw it in the bin.
I should do what I did with that possum the other week. Just launch him on the side of the road and
freak out, panic, and ring the council to pick it up. You fucking weird cunt. Go and check out that podcast episode. That was ridiculous. Bluey panicked because it was a dead possum in his backyard, and rather than burying it like a normal person, he had this big conspiracy with the local council to come and pick it up, take it somewhere, hide it.
It wasn't a conspiracy. It was just like the easiest thing for me to do was throw it on the side of the road and get the council to clean it up.
You spent hours on the phone. You transported a dead possum.
15 minutes on the phone and a 3-minute drive.
You put it in your car?
In the tray of my ute. We've been over this.
Yeah, I know.
Fuck that possum. Fuck Newcastle Council too.
Fuck the police.
Yeah. So Claire's doing that. That's good.
Claire's doing that. I've been busy just doing my normal thing, but I've been having arguments. I don't know. Did I tell you about it wasn't an argument. It was an email exchange to do with Mark Burris. Did I tell you about this?
No.
So Mark Burris said he could be keen to come on the show.
Mark Burris of Aussie Home Loans
Yellow
fame?
Brick Road.
He's a multi,
sort of like I don't know. He's like a financial dude.
Yeah,
quite successful.
He's an entrepreneur.
He was the host of The Apprentice in Australia.
Was, and he's on the board of the Sydney Roosters as well.
Is he?
Yes.
Okay, so
anyway,
good guy.
What happened to Mark?
Well, he said he was keen.
Why isn't Mark here
to come on the show? And I get an email from his producer, who I'm sure is lovely, or PA, personal assistant. And she starts asking me questions that I can't really answer. She's like, so what's the show called?
I mean, you should have been able to answer that.
Well, I failed on that one. She said, where does the podcast go? So this is the email. She goes, what's the podcast called? Where does it go up? How many views does it get? How many listens does it get? What questions are you going to ask Mark?
Yeah, they want to, it's all going to be, he's big.
And I'm just not going to answer those questions. No. I'm not going to say to you what I'm going to ask because I don't fucking know.
We refuse to plan anything we do on this show.
No, it's not. I don't want to do that.
Not for me, not for you, and definitely not for Mark Burris.
No, fuck Mark.
We're not planning anything.
Mark.
I'm sorry.
I cannot go into detail about what I'm going to ask because we don't know.
We didn't plan a live show that we did for 50 paying customers. We're definitely not planning an episode from Mark
because he's going to be in town. I'm going to ask him questions
because he wants to know what he's going to get. You don't want to get blindsided.
What are you going to get blindsided about, Mark?
I don't know.
What do you got to hide
on this podcast? You could ask him something real, like. I mean, we do have 2 butt plugs sitting on the bench.
Well, I'd move the butt plugs if fucking Mark Burris is coming on.
I wouldn't.
I'll get but that's the thing, you got to just fucking roll with the punches. If you want to come on the show, come on the show. If you don't, it's okay. Just say no.
What was the email exchange like?
Well, it was fine, and I said, "Listen, I'm not going. I don't have an answer to that question." And she was like, "I need to know." I was like, "I'm sorry,
I don't.
I don't have an answer.
You're not going to get it.
You're not going to get it. I was just like heaps abrupt with it. I was like, I'm sorry, I can't tell you.
It's not how
And
I
she
roll.
just stopped replying, and I stopped. Well, there was no. It was the end of it.
That was it.
And that was sort of like I was like, okay, I understand that it's her job to sort of find out, but you got to wrap your head around the idea, Mark, that these are podcasts are conversations. They're not planned, mate.
Yeah, the ones that he do are planned though.
Yeah, but I don't have an interest in that. I might have some questions I might want to know about.
Yeah.
And maybe I could sort of run with some themes, but I'm not going to go. And this was, he was coming in a couple of days, and I was like, oh, fuck, I don't know, mate. We'll work it out. It'll be fine.
You should have. Here's my take on it. You should have just thrown a few random questions in there.
Yeah.
And we could have got him, and then just fucking
Then
blindsided him
blindsided
anyway.
him with allegations that
It'd
are
be great.
completely
It's-
untrue.
I like Mark Burris.
I like Mark Burris too.
You should have just said like a few random questions, and then we could have just sat down with him.
What's your
and chewed the
favourite
fat.
meal, Mark?
Yeah.
What do you like to do with your
No,
spare
but like
time?
just want to ask him
How did you fit Sonny Bill under the salary cap
exactly.
at the Roosters?
Yeah, you could. Yeah. Anyway, I think you should have sent a few questions through.
Oh, sorry, mate. Maybe you should be my personal assistant.
I could.
There we go.
You've already got one of them.
Is it too late?
Why don't you contact them?
So I was,
Gabe, pull this out the fire.
I do want to reach out, but it's Isaac's blue tick that gets the response.
No, but I got her
Herpes.
herpes. I got herpes. I got her contact info. Mm. Her name's Jess, I think.
Gabe, pull this one out the fire.
So I just try again.
Yeah.
No, I'll just give you the info. Just say, hey, sorry I had to deal with the fucking prima donna that is
Sorry.
Isaac Butterfield.
Isaac's not used to
I'm
doing.
a diva, bro.
Isaac's not used to doing stuff. Yeah.
No, I don't want to, I don't have answers to that. I don't like the idea that you have to have everything as an interview. It shouldn't have to be like that. I don't think.
No, but if you want a big name on, you probably should.
Mark's not a big name.
He is.
No, he's not.
He definitely is. I'm a big name.
Mark's very successful, very good at what he does. But okay, if they wanted fucking if I wanted Joe Rogan on the show, yeah, sure, he's a big name.
Yeah, but Rogan wouldn't ask you. Like you wouldn't.
That's my point. I don't want people on the show that go, you need to tell me exactly what you're going to ask me. That's not who I want on the show.
Yeah, but you just tell him you're going to do that, and then you just do
No.
what you want.
No, because that's playing into this idea that you have to play by the old school rules. I'm not doing that.
I fucking refuse.
I'm not doing it.
Well, Mark Boris isn't coming on the show.
Mark,
guys.
I
okay.
think so.
Mark Burris is the first person to be banned from this show. He was not welcome on this show. Mark, where are you? You're not welcome, Mark. I do like Mark.
Mark, reach out. Mark, talk to Gabe.
Mark, we're sorry.
Talk to the adults, Mark.
We can iron this out. Talk to Gabe.
Let's
so,
talk.
so Mark Boris isn't coming on the show, so that's good. What else?
I feel like we should give these away. So we have 2 anal fantasy butt plugs here.
Which last week we did say, if you remember the Patreon, you are automatically in the running.
Yes.
To win one of 2 anal fantasy collection Askasm cock rings with
Special
some Iraq War
Paraphernalia?
Iraq War Maestro trading cards. We've got Colin Powell and Dick Cheney.
I've got Dick Chan, and they're signed. Remember, they're signed
not
by
by
us.
Powell and Cheney. They're signed by me and you.
A
But,
winner might be watching now if you're live on Patreon.
Yeah, if you're live on Patreon, remember it's $1 a month. It's fuck all.
And also on the Patreon, not
get
this week, but I think you said in a couple of weeks you're going to be giving away some cold hard cash.
Yeah, I'm going to give $500 away next week. I know I've been saying next week for a while, but it is actually next
It
week.
is actually going to be next week.
So
But this week, it's something better than money.
So should we go with the classic prostate stimulator first, or the cock rig plug plus?
You pick one, and I'll pick one.
Let's
comment.
Well, okay.
And I'm gonna. You want to go first?
You let me know.
No, Bluey, his question was which toy are you giving away first?
Yeah.
Well, I'll pick a comment for the classics prostate stimulator.
So why were the question? What was the question in the Patreon?
Oh, I just said drop a comment on why you deserve to win one of these beautiful specimens.
Ass pleasuring devices.
And there was loads of funny ones, but I sent you boys a short list of what I thought was the funnier side of things.
Yeah, and
Oh, I've got one.
do you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll give away the Askasm cock ring plug with the Dick.
Which one do you? I mean, I don't like to play favourites, but which one do you think is better of the 2?
I think for me personally, I'd prefer the Askasm cock ring plus.
Yeah.
It actually says plug, but I think plus is a better word.
Because that like you could wear while you were pleasuring a lady or a fella.
Yeah.
This one's just this is more solo. This is more solo session, I think.
This is full on. That's some full on shit.
This is like shut the blinds, unplug the phone,
Yeah.
and just go to town on yourself. Your one's a little bit more social, I think, of the 2.
All right. The winner of the Askasm cock ring plus is Dan Luzowelski not loser.
Lazevsky?
Luka Zeski.
Luka Zevsky.
Who says, give me the fucking ass dildos or I'll review bomb your Monday night social game and you get banned. Get you banned. That was about something we were talking about on the podcast last week about us getting banned from a social game that we play every Monday, a sporting game. And they are absolute Nazis there. So congratulations, Dan, on the Patreon.
The threat worked.
He threatened me. That's a good way to get to me. He said, give me the fucking ass dildo. So listen up, big dick. You got it, baby.
I'm going to choose Amber Nevin.
Oh, girl, you fucking creep.
Amber Nevin. Well, girls like it up the ass as well. So
Don't we all?
Amber's comment tickled me. Said, I would like it because my father passed away last year and I would like something to help bring back fond memories of him.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
I do like, so congratulations, Amber. You are now the proud owner of a Classics prostate stimulator. Get in touch with us on the Patreon and send us your shipping address.
Yeah, just onto a message. And these have been opened, but they haven't been used.
Oh, I mean, speak for yourself.
Uh-oh.
There's a couple of honourable mentions because there's some fucking good comments there.
I will say there was one that actually gave me the giggly bigglies. Where was it?
So you don't get a toy, but you get a shout out.
You get a shout out. Christian McFarlane. It's always such a hassle putting my cock ring and butt plug in separately. This would fix that problem, which it does.
Yes,
it
absolutely.
Definitely does.
Steel Hobbs, if used right, it would bring back fond memories of my uncle. May he rest in peace.
Stuart Arborn. I really want this.
That's what I was looking at just then.
I really want this. I'm not gay or anything, but I just really need it.
Yeah.
For my girlfriend. It's definitely not for me or anything.
And this is something I had in my notes to talk about today.
These people are funnier than us.
Have you ever noticed how often men use gay humour?
I mean, daily for me.
Like
every day.
It is funny, isn't it? It's like dudes love making jokes, not about gay people, but just about gay acts. Like if you're on a building site.
That's funny.
And someone goes, oh, come. Everyone go, oh, yum.
Yeah.
Like they love making gay jokes.
Because it's funny.
But why is that? Why do you think men love making gay jokes?
Not all men do. Some guys get upset. And that's why it's funny.
Yeah, they're the ones you
want. It's funny to do it around old blokes.
Yes.
That are like, like our dad's generation that are like grew up pretty homophobic, like genuinely homophobic. And like you'll be watching telly and like a good looking dude will come on and you'll be like, you want to kiss him, eh, Dad? He does it, fuck off, man. I don't want to fucking poof. You're like, yeah, I know you're not, but it's funny upsetting you.
It is. And it's easy to upset him too. You're like,
that's part of the humour.
Yeah.
And it's also just funny to say the wrong thing.
Yeah. How do you think that the next generation will be? If that's our fathers and possibly our grandfathers, maybe, they are super homophobic. Do you think that how will we be to our grandkids? Will they look at us and go, oh, you're pretty homophobic?
They might think we're actually gay because we keep saying that sucking.
Do you reckon they'll go the other way?
I don't know.
Like, oh, granddad, he's always making like heaps of gay remarks. Like he's probably one of those homos.
Yeah, maybe. Like grandpa says some pretty weird shit.
Like, so our granddads would be like, oh, I hate gay people. And we're like, when we're grandfathers, we're like, oh, love cocks.
Yeah, I love sucking dicks.
Granddad loves, always talking about sucking dicks, granddad. He loves sucking dicks.
I don't know if granddad's gay or just trying to be funny, but it's whatever, I don't get it.
See your granddad talking about how much he loves cum. It's so weird.
Every Christmas, he just draws dicks on the Christmas cards.
And then starts sucking them.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a bit,
yeah, I don't know.
It's a bit strange, but we always see straight dudes always do like gay humor. They're like, oh yeah, cum's delicious. Oh yeah, I fucked him. Yada yada yada. I like it. I think it's a nice way to be. It's definitely better than being the other way and never joking about gay people.
I mean, you got to include everyone. Make fun of everyone.
What is the group do you think that needs to be included next? Because it was gay people for a long time, then it was trans people. What do you think's next? Bestiality,
disabled.
No. I think disabled people get, particularly autistic people. I'm getting a bit over them because everyone's claiming to be autistic now.
There is a lot of people that I think are autistic.
Well, a lot of people are autistic.
I feel like it's like the ADHD
How did I know you were going to talk when I said that?
Because I know people that are going, oh, I might like Do you reckon like I'm autistic? Do you reckon I'm on the spectrum? It's like when people just claim ADHD or still do.
Yeah. When it's like you just got a shit attention span.
Yeah.
And you're just a bit weird. Like, I think I've got autism.
Like, why can't...
It's cool.
It's okay to just be a bit different. Yeah. You don't have to label yourself with something. And I think it is also quite self-limiting when you label yourself with something like autism or... maybe not ADHD to the same extent, but if you go around, like, you'll see it in Instagram bios now, like, autism.
Really?
Yeah, it's fucking weird. It's like...
In whose?
Hey?
You're on a weird side of the internet.
Yeah, on who?
This is what I do for a job. I look at people's... So, okay, if you went onto someone's page and they'd have this. They'd have the trans flag, they'd have the pride flag, they'd have autism,
they'd have the pronouns.
Pronouns. That is what you see.
Yeah.
Like you go, so basically what it is now, if you're a progressive sort of person, you want to have your pronouns in your bio, what sexuality you are by your flag, you want to have what your sort of, your mental state, whether you've got depression. Like, no, seriously, this is like what people post. They post, I've got anxiety, I've got depression, and
awesome.
I've got autism.
That's awesome.
It's like, leave people some room to discover things about you.
Yeah, keep it to yourself. Suffer in silence.
What would you put in your bio, do you think? What should you have in your bio?
In terms of like my pronouns and stuff.
No, like what's something that we would never reveal back in the day? We'd never reveal, but now we should. You think that we should?
I'd be like
hemorrhoids.
Yeah, orange pubes.
Yep.
Like mild drug habit, problem drinker.
Yeah.
Like bad with money.
Like if you go to Gabe's Instagram.
What is that?
Just bad with money in the fucking bios.
Yeah.
If you've got Gabe's Instagram, it's he, him, loves cum. He, him, loves cum. And I think that's great. I think it's good to get that out there.
Yeah.
Like, but I honestly feel like people just claim all these things because they feel like it gives them sort of couple of brand, it gives them a crew to sort of belong to.
Yeah, it's like people just want to belong, don't they? And if you're a bit weird, then you can just like, I don't know, you can just say that I'm autistic.
Well, if you watch Grease back in the day,
Grease,
the movie Grease,
John Travolta,
yeah, like there was the jocks, there were the cheerleaders, there were the nerds, but now there's so many other categories. There's the trans, there's the fucking, there's the who else is there? There's the furries, the autistics, there's the
subs, the doms,
the doms.
Apparently, this is what a school looks like.
This is what schools are right
over there. All the furries are.
That is what it's like.
When were you out of school?
Not joking. This is not a joke.
We're not joking. This is true.
I have a friend whose kid goes to school. I won't say which school, but up in the Hunter Valley. And apparently there's like sub kids and they wear like leather fucking chokers to school and shit. And they're like the submissive kids. Oh. And this is like in a high school. Oh. And they're like fucking 16 and they're like, no, I'm a sub. And you're like, what the fuck?
But when do you wake
Where were these cunts when I was going to school?
When do you wake up and you decide you're a sub? You just go, fuck, I love... Do you choke on a bit of toast that morning? And you go, oh, I don't mind this. This is actually quite, it's nice.
Do you type a bit too tight? And you're like,
Christ. Go the way of Michael Hutchins.
Yeah, I don't know.
I just feel like, but that's what high schools are like, Gabe. You go around and everyone's got their group, right?
Yeah, and I think now it would be like more so.
There's just heaps of different groups. And I get that it's nice to belong, but like, can you not belong to something heaps weird, like subness?
Yeah, just belong to something cool.
What do the DOMs do? If there's a subgroup, well, how do the DOMs walk around? Just fucking like gutter stomping cunts?
I don't know.
Can we find out?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. They'd be doing something weird.
I'm scared about what high school will be like for my son.
Oh yeah,
it's going to be weird.
It's like one thing that like makes me think like, fuck, do I want to have kids? Because I'm just like,
it's a weird world.
It's just getting weirder. I mean, probably every generation says that as you get older.
I guarantee you they do.
But I'm just like, I just see kids now and I'm like, you all suck badly.
You know when I look something up on my phone, like how my pop reacts?
Yeah, he'd be just like, that would explode his brain.
He laughs.
Yeah.
He just laughs at me.
What
he
the
goes,
fuck is going
I
on?
go, I'll just look it up on my phone. He goes,
yeah.
I can't believe it.
It would
like smug?
No, like.
No, like.
What the fuck? Yeah. Yeah, it wouldn't. It would explode their brains, like what we do.
I'm just going to let Rosie out, but keep talking.
Oh, the dog's carrying on? Yeah.
Yeah, it's because Claire's not here and they're freaking out. They go, what the fuck's going on?
We had a few good things to talk about on this episode. But I'm excited. I'm excited for those people to get their sex toys. Make sure if you were the two winners, send us through some photos when you receive your not using them, but send us a few photos.
Just smile and maybe hold the box.
Yeah, definitely don't insert them and then send us a photo. I mean, you can if you want. It is on Patreon. So We should start a Cancel Me Now OnlyFans when we send out sex toys.
And we just make them post everything.
Yeah. It's our user-generated content.
That's how you get the big bucks.
Fuck yeah. How's your weekend go? What'd you get up to?
I had a good weekend. I went to the Prince, had a couple bevs there.
Saturday, Sunday, when did you go drinking there?
Saturday.
The weather was good for boozing, wasn't it?
It was gun.
Yeah.
Up on that balcony there, up in the sun. I hadn't really had a day drink there, so it was nice.
It's a nice spot. Cut my teeth there. There was a golden era of drinking there about 2014, 15. They used to do $4 Coronas and $5 vodka cruisers. Used to go in there with $100 and just get absolutely obliterated. It was
I never got to have those days. Hey, and you're not even that much older than me. Like, by the time I was drinking, it was $5 for a 2E's new, and then within 2 years, you're paying $8 for a beer minimum.
You're pretty much getting... Like, you're not getting a schooner for much less than $10 these days.
No.
It's pretty upsetting.
When do we have a riot?
No, I'm good, thank you, mate.
I'll have one.
I'm still a bit crook from the weekend. Another big weekend.
Fill us in, mate.
I was in Sydney. Went to Sydney for Rufus. I went to see Rufus the Soul at the Domain in Sydney on the weekend.
Called Rufus?
They were. Then they changed the name to Rufus the Soul.
Why?
Because it's cool. I have no idea why. There's probably a good reason.
Should I change my name to Isaac DeButts?
Actually, you probably should. That's pretty cool.
Debuts, man.
But it was amazing. It was at the Domain in Sydney, that big park in the middle of the city, and
I've never been there, but
30,000 people. And
how much were tickets?
100.
Fuck.
No, 130.
And they did 2 days.
And they did Friday and Saturday, and you could buy select front section, like good viewing booth for like 300. Wow. And they sold out both nights, so they did 60,000. What's that? 6 million? Just off the top of my head, is that $6 million?
6 million times no.
Well, say $130 times 60,000. $130 times 60,000. 7.8 million.
So out of that, you'd be looking at
be a hefty booking fee for the Domain.
Booking fee would have to be
100 grand, easy.
150K.
Yeah. Per night, probably.
For me to hire the Enmore when I did my special was 70.
Oh, so more than that. What's the Enmore hold? 2,000, 2,500?
17, 1,800.
The Domain might be $250,000 to hire.
Maybe.
That's fucking huge.
But mine was higher fee, and it was lighting and rigging and stuff too.
Well, they had it, mate. If there's a band that you want to take MDMA and go and watch with your friends, it's Rufus Du Sol. The stage is like it's like a light show. It's like a vivid light show and amazing music all in one there. So it was like the most fun I've had this year. It was fucking unreal.
And it was sold out?
Yeah, it was fucking packed.
On the topic of sellouts.
Nice one.
Yeah.
The Liver King.
Oh!
The Liver King
that was a good segue.
Thanks, mate.
Nice segue.
He's been caught. He's been charged. Well, he hasn't been charged. But he's
about to be in the court of public opinion.
Yeah. He's been called out for having all of the steroids, quite a few different steroids. He's been more plates, more dates. Derek, he made a video all about this, and it's an in-depth one too. It goes for about an hour, and I think he's coming out with a blood work video too, going into all the blood work thing. But basically, the Liver King was on a lot, and he reached out to a few different people asking for bodybuilding sort of to train him as a bodybuilder, which includes a lot of steroids. Now, the whole reason that the Liver King, if you don't know who he is, he's a super jacked dude that all he apparently eats is liver and testicles and fucking bone marrow and all that shit. And he is jacked. Like, super jacked.
Yeah.
Like,
he's fucking
ridiculous.
Comical.
He looks swollen.
Yeah.
Like, he's just huge.
And super tanned.
Like a good-looking dude.
Rig.
Great rig, yeah.
Yeah.
But he's come out with all these claims that his hair grew back after he got on the roids and stopped, not on the roids, but on the diet, and he stopped washing his hair.
So he's selling...
Doesn't wipe his ass.
On the back of the Liver King brand, he sells... He doesn't wipe his ass.
Doesn't wipe his ass, doesn't shower, doesn't sleep on a bed.
It must stink. Mm-hmm. He would pong. Mm-hmm. But on the back of like the Liver King public figure, he sells supplements. So I think it's Heart and Soil... And there's a heap of he's got like a whole supplement range.
So you can swallow. So if you don't want to eat the fucking kidneys and the liver and all that type of stuff, you can have the freeze dried version, which is in a pill. And you can have, I think there's like beef brain, and I'll have a look what you
testicle ones and all sorts of stuff. And the claim is that like you can.
That's how he got jacked.
Yeah, he's like, I look like this because I eat liver, I do XYZ, drink fucking semen.
The ancestral tenets.
The 9 ancestral tenets. And obviously the whole time while because he went viral. It's about June, July last year, all this content of he started popping up and he went viral. And people straight away were like, this motherfucker's out of control on steroids. And he just flat out denied it. He was doing like Logan Paul's podcast, all these massive podcasts. And people would ask him and he'd be like, I don't do that shit. I never do that shit. I look like this because of the fucking ancestral tenets and I eat testicles.
Yeah, and that's what he was claiming to everyone. He was like basically suggesting that if you eat like this, you can be me.
And he flat out denied it. And he must have, he was making a fortune.
He was making an absolute fortune.
100 million. But he was also claiming that like the Liver King brand didn't actually affect the supplement sales. He was saying like, I was already killing it. Yeah. And then I'm just the Liver King anyway. And this isn't actually affecting my sales at all. I was already killing it. And people are going like, mate, you can't make these claims and, you know, you're profiting off it. And then he's been exposed.
He's been exposed.
And he apologized.
More Plates, More Dates came out and just said, like, here's the emails. And how is that? Like, so he had been making videos about Liver King saying this and, he is definitely on steroids. And then he goes into his own, and then Liver King denied it everywhere, thousands of times. And then Derek goes into his own emails and has an email from the Liver King saying, hey, can you
help me
give
out.
me some information about steroids and shit?
Yeah,
like, this is what I'm taking.
An old email that he hadn't seen. Crazy. And then Liver King came out and made the apology video, which was pretty funny.
He's a funny
dude. Have you watched it? He was like sitting in a throne.
Yeah,
and he's like him. He's still full Liver King mode.
I really like him.
I think it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny.
He's a
primal.
Yeah, he just gets primal.
Would you class yourselves boys as primal or sub-primal?
I am sub-primal.
I'm definitely sub-primal.
I understand that, like,
Gabe
primal. Primal as shit.
You're only
fucking primal my ass.
You're only primal because you don't wipe.
In what world? Look at you at your desk. You got a beer and a can of Glen 20. What the fuck's going on with you?
Gabe's only primal because he doesn't wipe his ass or brush his teeth,
mate. So yeah, the Liver King copped a bit of heat, but apparently he said that he made his fortune prior to becoming a Liver King.
I doubt that. Well, he was already very wealthy.
He was already making millions of dollars.
He must have been because he was spending $11,000 a month on steroids, and like God knows what his food.
But he
bill,
lived on a ranch.
Yeah, God knows what his food bill would
be.
He must have been paying an absolute shitload to make all that content. Like he had a team, so he's probably already a pretty wealthy guy anyway.
Well, apparently he makes about $100 million a year.
That's a bit.
That's
nice.
So
that's nice.
If that's
cash.
what he makes or what his company makes, I'm not 100% sure.
It's only a little bit more than you, Isaac.
Yeah,
just a touch. Well, almost as much as you. And who did I tell that story to? Yes. Oh, shout out to Adam Greentree.
Oh, friend of the show. Where's the megaphone?
It's over here. I can't get it.
Name dropper.
I was telling Adam Greentree about
Gabe's
wage.
Greentree would have blown up.
He was blowing up.
Yeah.
He was like, that fucking little shit.
Yeah.
He said, wait till I get my hands on it.
Oh, he will fuck you up too.
He kills animals for a living.
Yeah.
Is he primal?
He's primal.
He is fucking primal.
Greentree's primal.
He's
definitely.
fucking primal. Yeah. Have you seen the shit that he's been posting on Instagram? Like he's just out like, so he's like me to you away just from Crocs.
Yeah.
He's a nutbag.
Yeah. He's like, don't fill up your water in the same spot twice because they're watching you.
Here's what'll happen if
they're watching you. Yeah.
When he goes away, like he told that story on the podcast about him getting trapped like up down a glacier and stuff. But every time he goes away, I always say to him, don't die.
Are you coming back?
Try not to die. He's just a fucking
He's a man's man. He's primal, for
man,
sure.
he used to walk across when he was, he had a pretty rough upbringing and he got away sort of in the wilderness and that was where he found himself sort of thing. And he would go out and just walk across. He was down in near Canberra. He'd walk for days, just out in the bush. Like he's just a fucking nutcase.
Yeah.
Lovely dude.
He's a man's man.
Fucking man's man, all right? He loved the Raptor.
Yeah, I'm sure he did. He probably put something in the back of it.
He fucking loved the Raptor, man.
On the subject of steroids too.
Oh,
Conor McGregor.
Nah, I won't hear it.
Yeah, yeah.
I won't hear it. I love Conor.
McGregor is fucking juiced out of his mind.
How do you know?
I don't, but he's huge, and apparently he got taken out of the USADA testing pool.
Yeah,
because he obviously broke his leg. Obviously got on some nice juice to heal up nice and quick. So he taking himself out of the pool. He looks fucking huge.
He does look big.
He's fucking massive.
His face has changed.
His jaw. He's got the Zac Efron. You seen Zac Efron's jaw?
Yeah, no. Zac Efron's jaw was a little bit more
square.
McGregor's
fucking. He looks like you watch American Dad. You know Stan Smith off American Dad?
Yeah, fuck, I love American Dad.
He's got the chin like the dad off
he
American Dad.
He does have the chin of American Dad. Like a Jimmy Neutron fucking chin.
Yeah, crimson chin.
He is looking different and thick.
Fucking massive.
But this is the thing.
What's he going to fight at when he comes back?
Fucking 200 Ks. I happen to know, well, I guess anyone knows this, that Conor McGregor is very, very small. It's the same as Tyron Woodley. Now, I was in an elevator with Tyron Woodley, and he's an ex-UFC fighter, fought Jake Paul, most recently got knocked out. I'm a name dropper, yeah. I was in an elevator with him in LA with his girl, and we were just in the hotel. And I didn't say anything. I'm a bit of a pussy. I just don't like annoying people. But
you know what it's like to get bothered by the general public.
Yeah, the last thing Tyron Woodley wants is some big fucking lurchy cunt carrying pizzas up to his room going, hey, go around. But he was tiny. Like a really small man. But you see him with his shirt off and photos on like TV where he looks, you can't really tell his size. He looks jacked. And this is the thing. Short dudes, like, and I know this is going to upset some people, but short men aren't real men.
Yeah.
Like they're not. Short men are the equivalent of fat chicks.
Yeah.
You know, they're like short men really.
I want to see where you go with this.
Short men, I understand why it's always like Hitler was short, Pol Pot was short, all these evil characters.
Joseph Kony.
Evil. Joseph Kony, only 5 foot tall. Yeah. A lot of people don't know that. Like, you know.
Caused a lot of grief for a small man.
Kony 2012?
Yeah.
Was it 2012?
Kony 2012.
Kony 2012?
How's that going?
I haven't heard about it. He must be doing well. But all these short guys are all like evil, bad men.
Yeah.
And I understand, like, if you get over 6'5", like I'm 6'8", and I'm just like, bro, everything's cool up here.
It's hard to be mad when you're tall.
You can't. You walk into a shop, you're like, yeah, sure, overcharge me.
Whatever.
Don't take my vouchers. But as soon as a short guy walks in.
They're coming back with a handgun.
And this is why Italian men are angry, because they're all short.
Yeah.
They're all angry at their wives for no reason.
They do.
And fucking red sauce and the whole thing.
They did coin the term wife beater, didn't they, when they wear those singlets?
Did they?
Are
you saying all Italian men beat their wives?
Not the gay ones. 155 pounds is what McGregor fought.
Which is 63 kilos?
70.
70 kilos.
70 kilos is like, I've taken bigger shits. Like that's.
How much do you weigh, Gabe?
That's
so small. That's weak.
That's small and gay and weak.
I'm not even bad.
That is subprimal.
That is subprimal. I'm 101.
Are you?
Yeah.
I'm about 105.
But I'm like, there's bigger dudes than me walking around. Like 70 kilos is fucking so small.
I lost on keto. I recently just got off on the weekend. I got
congrats.
Thanks, bro. I went from 110 and a half to 104 in 5.5 weeks.
Yeah.
Kilos to go, bros. Kilos to go.
But that's still 35 kilos heavier than.
I know. It's a lot. It's a lot.
That's small. But he wouldn't. He'd have to be like 90 something now. He looks enormous.
No, he wouldn't. He'd be 80 maybe.
What he said 170. I think he said 170 he's going to fight her.
Do you know how tall McGregor is?
He'd be 5'8".
170 is still only like just under 80 kilos. That's still not a big dude.
No, and this is the whole reason.
Liver King's 5'7".
Is he?
Yeah.
So this is my whole point.
Yeah.
Being a short guy, it's so much easier to put muscle on. You look bigger.
Yeah.
You only have to put on half the muscle.
It's like Rogan. Like Rogan's a short dude.
Mm-hmm.
He's what 1.7 meters tall.
So he's 170 centimeters tall. What's that in feet?
It'd be like 6 fucking.
Just
6. Under 6 foot. 180 6 foot. So it's just under 6 foot.
Okay. So what was he?
173. So it'd be 5'11". 5'11" and a half.
No.
What is it?
5'6".
What?
Or 5'7".
That can't be right.
Yeah. It's inches.
Okay. 1.8 meters is 6 foot. And he's 173 centimeters.
I don't know. Google just tells me.
Okay. I don't think Google's right there. But anyway, he's not a tall man.
It says it right there.
5'6". Yeah, right.
5'6'9", so call it 5'7".
Yeah.
So yeah, I hate short dudes. So if you're a short dude watching this, turn off.
Yeah, find a new podcast.
This is for tall blokes only.
Find a new podcast.
I just walk out.
Get out. Yeah, so the Liver King, he's short. McGregor's short.
Kanye West is short.
Now, that's a guy you can set your watch to. He's a good man.
He's fucking on fire.
What about the fucking Alex Jones interview the other
I
day?
haven't watched it. I love Alex Jones. I fucking love Alex Jones, and I'm really digging. I'm digging Kanye at the moment. Did you boys watch it?
What's in his fucking Instagram bio?
Did you say I'm digging Kanye at the moment?
I know not what he's saying, but I just love his attitude.
How he's saying
do you know what I do love? He burnt that deal with Balenciaga just before the fucking child porn.
Did he? Did he have a deal with Balenciaga?
Yeah, huge. That was like the big thing. He like Adidas and Balenciaga both dropped him because he went on this rant. And then like 2 weeks later, Balenciaga do this ad campaign with like basically softcore child porn.
Now, was it softcore child porn? I know they had all the weird sort of
there was kids with teddy bears in bondage.
It was 100% weird.
And there was a one of the shots is a hot chick in a flash New York kind of apartment, and there's all this paperwork on the table. But on the table there's a book that's of an artist. He's like a Dutch or a Belgian artist, and his work is like all really weird, like child, like it's not child porn, but let me get
weird. Let me get the actual thing.
Get his name.
Paperwork.
It's not child porn, but
it's fucking weird.
It's a book that's like praising this artist, and all his work is like very, very weird, sus fucking.
So this is what was the document seen in the controversial Balenciaga sort of thing.
Yeah.
I think calling it porn is a stretch. Like that's clickbait, but
it's fucking not far off.
But it's wrong. It's wrong as fuck.
So one of the papers discovered one was of the 2008 Supreme Court ruling, United States versus Williams. The court had been tasked with deciding whether laws banning the pandering or promoting of child porn violated the First Amendment rights of freedom of speech and expression in America. So they're trying to work out whether or not you should be able to use or promote child porn because it's freedom of speech. The Supreme Court upheld the 2003 laws to continue to outlaw advertising, promoting, and presenting of CP. The original petition was launched by sex offender Michael Williams. Now, that's a man you can set your watch to, who was charged with possessing and pandering of child porn after he told an undercover Secret Service agent that he had sexually explicit pictures of his daughter, a minor.
That's good.
So why the fuck is that in your fucking photo, Balenciaga, you creepy freaks?
Yeah. But like, and Kanye must have known.
Maybe he was the one who was behind the whole.
He's a genius.
Maybe.
And we already talked about the merch, hey? How he's like bought warehouses full of Balenciaga gear and rebranded it with Yay 24. Good. Like it's going to be all these like election merchandise. Yeah. And he's going to sell it for like $20.
Good.
We have to get some.
Okay, Gabe,
I'll see what
just give him your credit. Whatever.
Anybody listening to this, just buy it and we'll buy it off you.
We got to get some. Like,
I want a jacket.
Oh, I want fucking and like some Yeezys, some Yeezy foam runners. We should do a whole episode in like
just
Balenciaga gear and like Yay 24.
But what?
Like, so do you know what he said, Bluey?
I know
in the Alex Jones interview.
He's had plenty to say about the JM, the Jewish media. That was on Lex Friedman. And Lex is like, he's like, stop calling it the Jewish media, and he goes, fine, JM.
Straight faced as.
You know who's part of the Jewish media that doesn't get called out enough? Rugby League Week.
What? Are they owned by Jays?
Just money-hungry Jays at Rugby League Week.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know.
It's just an arm of the JM.
It is. It's a really anti-Palestinian, the Rugby League Week.
I noticed that.
Mate, you wait. You'll see like a nice story about the Morris brothers or something when they fucking first started playing, and then all of a sudden it's anti-Palestinian propaganda.
I had noticed that.
It's crazy.
What came out of the Alex Jones chat? Because surely there's going to be absolute gold mine when Alex Jones and Kanye West sit out at the moment.
So you haven't seen any of the clips?
I haven't watched it, no.
Dude, he sat there and he was just like...
Get ready to get clipped.
Can you do...
What I like about Hitler.
Yeah.
And that was like, he just kept saying shit like that. And
Can you do a good Alex Jones voice? Or Kanye? Was he like...
Kanye! Listen, Kanye! Oh, not really.
Was he...
He was trying to get him out of it.
Apparently he was rattled.
He was saying like, Kanye is saying... There's a lot of things I love about Hitler. And Alex Jones is like, no, like, you're saying, like, you like the uniforms, right? Like, he's like, nah.
You saying you like the uniforms?
Yeah.
And he's just like,
Alex Jones isn't
nah.
black. You like those uniforms, boy?
You like those uniforms? Well, you can wear one.
That's a terrible Alex Jones.
Who
Who's the thing, Kanye?
Speaking of frogs, gay. No, I can't do it. But yeah, so he basically just went on this mad tangent about what he admired about Hitler, what he liked about the Nazis.
Well, apparently not Donda. What was the album before Donda? Jesus. He wanted to call it Adolf.
Wow.
True. That's not a joke.
I haven't heard this.
That's not a joke. You can Google that. Apparently he wanted to name, I think it was Jesus. He wanted to call Adolf or Hitler. He just wanted to call it Hitler.
He wanted to call it Adolf. Well,
Adolf or Hitler. He wanted to call it like it was going. And you can get this up. Google this at home. I'm not lying. And apparently, I don't think the marketing team took to it too kindly. They were like, "No, you can't do that."
So they're just sitting there at Sony Records, like, "Oh, I wonder what he wants."
What do you want to call it, Yeezy? And he's like, "Hear me out, Hitler." They're like, "No." Crazy.
Sources told CNN that West originally suggested the title Hitler for his 2018 album that eventually released as Yay.
What a fucking lunatic. What a fucking lunatic.
Mate, he is so mentally deranged, this cunt.
But you know what? He gave us college dropout.
Yes.
He gave us graduation.
Yep. All amazing albums.
All
amazing
Dark
albums.
Fantasy.
He's a genius. Dark Twisted Fantasy is one of the best albums ever.
Mm-hmm.
He's a genius.
He is.
I'm gonna and if like he got out this Balenciaga thing, I don't think he's as mad as everyone makes out. I know it seems crazy at the moment. I reckon there's gonna be method in his madness.
Do you know what? Well, I think so too. I think maybe there's something.
There's gonna be. It's Kanye.
Maybe.
He's never let us down before.
But also, have you seen the live performances he does when he's like out in the mud flipping around?
Yeah, I don't like that.
Like he's a fucking
It's
idiot.
crap.
So, you know how I thought this was quite funny? Adidas dropped him, right?
Yeah.
Do you know why Adidas dropped him?
Because isn't Adidas a German company?
Because they're German.
Yeah.
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 So imagine Ye turning up at the Alex Jones interview wearing Adidas clothing going, "We love Hitler."
Yeah.
Adidas loves Hitler.
Not a great look for the brand.
Terrible look for the people.
Yeah. I learned something about Adidas and Puma were started by two brothers and they had a fight. And like it was originally just Adidas. And then the brothers had a fight and one of them was like, "Fuck you, I'll start my own sportswear brand." And he started Puma. They were two German brothers from this tiny little town in Germany.
Unlucky to that one.
Yeah.
Well, apparently
Puma's still pretty big.
their cousin made Fila.
That's surely not
And their
true.
uncle started Bilo.
Oh, shut up. I saw, you know the Fila logo?
Yeah.
I saw this with Tyler, the Creator's, like, you know, the rapper Tyler, the Creator.
Yeah, yeah.
And he was doing some interview and he had a shirt on that it was just a white shirt that had what looked like the Fila logo. Like, it looks exactly like it, but it says flog. Yeah. I was like, I need one of those. It was very good.
Talking about flogs, women in sport. Have you noticed that female athletes are the only athletes in the world that can be morbidly obese or at least quite overweight and still be a professional athlete?
It's because they're not full time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people that are fit that aren't full-time athletes.
What sport are you thinking of?
Rugby league.
Yeah, but there's plenty
You
of
need some
fat.
front rowers.
There's plenty of fat fuck.
Are they fat though, or are they big dudes?
Remember George Rose?
Yeah.
So one guy.
There's not. Yeah, but like, there's more than like fucking. There's heaps of them.
There's
Yeah,
heaps of
it's
fat
changed
chicks
it.
in the
But like, no,
NRLW.
think about like you watch like old. Like watch old footy.
Yeah.
Footballers don't look like what they look like now because
But they were
weren't-
never fat.
No, but there's like
They were big dudes, but they were never fat. Go back to the early 90s. They're still not fat dudes.
yeah, but they're not like they don't look like they are now. But like dudes like are sometimes just more naturally athletic than chicks. Yeah.
Sometimes, all the time.
Hey.
Sometimes are naturally more
time.
athletic, or all the time are naturally more athletic.
I guarantee you I could outplay every single woman in the Australian Rugby League team.
No, you'd get who's the Knights captain? Millie Boyler would fold you. Yeah, 100%.
My asshole.
You did your meniscus while you're in bed. You would get killed by Millie Boyler.
I would run her over.
No, you.
Of course I would.
You hurt your meniscus while you were
Of course I
sleeping.
would.
You'd get killed.
I would absolutely dominate women's rugby league.
I don't know about dominate. You probably get picked in the Australian squad, but I don't know.
Damn
if you'd
straight
dominate.
I would. I'd fucking kill it. And I haven't played in like 7 years. I'd kill it.
No, you'd get hurt.
As if.
Yeah.
Doing what? Don't get me wrong. Some of the big New
Rolling
Zealand
over.
chicks-
Yeah.
Some of the New Zealand
You
chicks
get
scare
hurt
me.
doing your boots up.
I actually do get some fucking issues with me. What are they called? The fucking...
What, laces?
when what are the little bits around your fingernails?
Oh,
called?
like stepmother's blessing kind of thing where it comes away.
Step
Is that what you're
brother's
talking
blessing. What are they fucking cuticles?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sometimes, mate, I really big injuries. Yeah, they're not good. And they start bleeding you. No, I find it funny that they're allowed to be overweight. I don't think it's cool. I think they should have to be fitter.
Yeah.
Don't you think, Josh? I know you're a bit of a progressive sort of guy, and you like to look after.
No, I just think like
I know you like to lie.
Where women's sport at the moment is like say in like 20 years when they're full time, you won't see as much of like the overweight. You know what I mean? Like the ones you're talking about, you won't see as much of that because they'll be full time. Like they'll be like the girls that are playing now are like working and training. Like so when they're playing full time and training full time and physio full time, their bodies are going to change.
Wouldn't you think you'd want to be if you are playing professional sport like these women are?
They're not playing professionally. Not all of them are professional,
but they get paid.
Yeah, but that's like I get paid to play local footy. That's not professional.
Get over yourself, mate.
No, but it's like semi-professional. It's not.
I know, but you're on the telly. Like, come on.
Yeah, but like
you're trying to be professional. Shouldn't you be fit?
They are.
How many people?
They're probably still fit. They're just not like sexy. No, but they're probably still.
Are you trying to say that? Are you suggesting that you hate women in rugby league because they're not sexy enough for you?
Yes, I think that's obviously what I'm saying.
No wonder you're losing followers on the Daily Blue. All the fucking, all
pig.
the pig haters out there.
Pig, yeah. So what was the point? There's just fat chicks in footy.
No, I just thought about it the other day. You don't see it in any other like male sport.
Darts,
but you do in heavyweight boxing. Like obviously Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury's a big dude, but he's
Andy Ruiz.
He's very fit. Andy Ruiz, yeah, boxing for sure.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about what we got going on this week. How long have we got left in this podcast?
We got about. We're at 52 minutes.
Okay, so I'll wrap.
Fuck, that's gone fucking quick.
I'll be swift with this.
Give him an extra 2 minutes because I always forget about the countdown.
Just go.
Yeah, no, I was just asking because I wanted to get this through.
Yeah.
We are doing a show on Thursday night in Maitland. You're opening the show. Congratulations.
Thanks, mate.
You're not opening, but you're the first act up.
Yeah.
Ready, you'll open. So you don't have to stress about that.
I think Red Dog.
But we're raising money for Swiss 8.
For the veterans.
Swiss 8 is a company that I am an ambassador for, and they do some great work. I ran into, and it's sold out, so we don't have to sell it. Which is really cool.
But it's going to be sick.
Sold out in 2 hours.
You and Frenchie. How's that not going to sell? That's
yeah,
fucking great.
Fuck yeah. And anyway, so ran into Adrian, who's one of the founders of Swiss 8, owners or whatever you want
Adrian
to
Sutter. Great guy. I used to play footy with him, actually, many, many years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Fit young man, good looking bloke.
He's a handsome bastard. Jacked.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's
gay. No. He'd bash the shit out of me if he heard that.
He must be primal.
Oh, he's primal. He's fucking primal as fuck.
But I think he was a soldier. And
yes.
he sort of started this to help with the mental health crisis that soldiers are facing. Now, one interesting thing he said, and I wrote this down because I really wanted to talk about it, was it's not just people who go away to war that are having PTSD in the military. It's also people who sign up and never go away to war, never leave the country, but they are leaving the armed forces with mental health issues like PTSD, anxiety, and depression. Can you guess why you think that is?
I would imagine there is, depends. There'd be some sort of trauma associated with the training, surely.
Maybe, yeah.
I reckon definitely.
Maybe they need to change the way they train people, sure.
I don't know. I think if you want to be getting fucking flogged at training if you're going to war. Like, you want to be getting prepared for it. But I think, I don't know, from what I've heard, the training can get pretty wild.
So he said this, and I've never thought about it like this, and it made so much sense. The military, the armed forces, the reason that so many people have mental health issues when they leave is because they went in with them. The military attracts broken people.
Yeah.
Because they want a family.
Yeah.
They want something to belong to. They want something that's going to set them straight, that's going to get them right. And they've already suffered this trauma, whether it be from their mother, their father, or their grandparents, or whoever's looked after them early in life. And they've developed these issues, and now they think that maybe the military will help. When it may in some cases, or it may just exacerbate them, and then they leave and they have these issues. I just thought it was very, very interesting because I'd never thought about it in those terms.
That is interesting, yeah. I wouldn't have thought about that.
No, and I thought, these are often young people, mid-20s, coming out of the military for the first time. They've served their 4 years or whatever it is they sign up for, and they're going into the world. They've just left school. They've just left the military. They've never had any sort of routine in place that wasn't set there for them. And that's where things like Swiss 8, which is an app for military people, or for I think they're doing for a lot of different things. And he said another one is rugby league, or basically professional sport.
Yeah,
a lot of these people who are coming out of being a professional are going, okay, shit, what do I do here?
I think because they go from having so much structure, like footy in the military, probably similar in that respect, where you're told what time to train, what to eat, when to eat, what you're doing this day, what you're doing that day, and then you come out and there's like nothing. And like you're saying, you probably got that sense of belonging. Then you don't have that anymore, and then that structure, you don't have that anymore. So that's all gone. So then you're like, fuck, what am I doing? What's the point? Probably get pretty sad.
You get it to when, well, I started to see it when I stopped working. Yeah. And I just started working from home on this.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
I was like, you'd wake up and you'd be like, okay, what the fuck am I going to do today?
A lot of people I know that began working from home through COVID had it as well.
Yep.
Where it was like, they'd just be like in the house, like four walls all day, just sort of in your own head, just fucking looking at spreadsheets and shit. And they're like, fuck this. Like, not talking to anyone, like just answering emails and stuff. You're like, oh, yuck.
Like, I've gotten used to it now, and I've worked out ways that, you know, sort of.
Well, you do have a bit of structure in your day, don't you? Like, you get up at a certain time, you train, you eat this time, you train this time, like, have your 10 coffees at this time. Like, but you do have, like, structure in your day.
I do.
You have to.
You have to, otherwise you lose your fucking mind.
100%.
I think structure's so fucking important. Dixon's the same with it. She's like, if we change like the structure of the day, it's like, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's literally like that. It's battle station.
You said 2 chords came in the mail that you weren't expecting. You're like, what the fuck
is this? This wasn't supposed to happen.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah, so that was a really interesting way to look at it. And I think we're gonna raise some money for them because they're not getting any money from the government.
Yeah,
which is mad.
Yeah.
So like Adrian was saying, and you know, he's met with some pretty influential people, and they're just like, mate, there's just no one's going to fund it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Why? Because, as I think we've spoken about before on the podcast, about the idea that a government is only in place for 4 years.
Yeah,
you know, and they're not looking long term. They're only looking to the next sort of election cycle. They're not worrying about what's happening in 10 or 20 years. And that's why governments, like communist governments, do quite well with getting things done and why they don't pay people. And
are you saying we should?
I think we all
socialist nation.
We all need a cock ring, and we all need to be socialists. That's what I'm saying.
For sure.
But at least with a communist government, a dictator, at least they're not changing every couple of years. That's one positive, I guess.
Yeah, that's why they can just get everything done.
You know, and that's what I think Kanye was talking about with the Nazis. They got things done.
I mean, you say what you want, but he's got a few good points.
He's not wrong about everything, and that's what's so crazy.
Sometimes he's right too.
I don't know. I think raising money is a good thing. I think we're doing it for some good. We're doing it for the Newcastle Dog Rescue. We've raised $8,000 already.
Awesome.
And we're going to do some stuff for the Swiss 8 on Thursday night. That's going to be fun. It's going to be me and Frenchie, a couple other guys who I started doing stand-up with, you. Gaby coming up. It'll be fun.
It'll be really good. Fun. I know it's a fundraiser for veterans and stuff. I've got jokes about pedophiles and drug use. Is that going to be...
Oh, there'll be pedophiles and drug users there.
Good.
Not just.
I mean, it is in Maitland. So.
You don't. Oh yeah, I drove past the joint that it's at the other day when I was up visiting
Grand Junction.
My good friend Adam Greentree, and it's a bit of a hole.
Nah, it's good. I know the way that runs it. It'll be good fun.
It's a fucking
shithole.
That'll be good. Way to get in there and oos it up.
Yeah,
but no, it'll be fun. But
can't wait.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to head over to Patreon right now to continue this conversation. There is a bit that I wanted to talk about a scientist out of, I think he worked in the Wuhan lab.
Ooh.
And he's come out and said that it was created by, the vid was created by the people.
Well, he'll be going missing soon.
Yeah, I know. And everyone in the media was like, controversial scientists. So
everyone's like, shut the fuck up, mate. You are going to disappear very soon.
You're about to lose it. But head over on Patreon. It's $1 a month, and you'll never spend $1 better.
Also, just before we finish the podcast, I was in Sydney on the weekend. Fuck Sydney. I just wanted to say that. I hate that.
It's the worst city in Australia.
The parking is just fucking sucks ass.
Mate, I will go to Brisbane. I will fly to Brisbane over Sydney.
And it's insane. Like, the concert was amazing, and I spent a good weekend with some friends. Everything else about it fucking blew.
How'd you get there?
Drove, and then like just the car park at the hotel was a fucking nightmare. Signage is shit. Traffic fucked. People you deal with to try and park your car fucking sucked. Fuck that low joint.
It is the worst city in Australia.
I mean...
worst capital city at the very least.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, Adelaide's a bit fucking... Well...
It's capital of New South Wales.
Capital of New South Wales, Gabe, you big fucking idiot.
FFA.
Adelaide's a bit of a shithole, but it's all right.
It's got some good strip clubs, allegedly.
I don't know if I've been to a strip club in Adelaide.
I'll have to go.
We'll have to go back. Perth's fun.
Perth's great.
Who else is there? Brisbane.
Brisbane's good.
That big river of poo. Gold Coast. Ugh.
Goldie's good. I'm going there in a few weeks.
I hate the Gold Coast.
Yeah.
I like Burleigh.
It.
I like Burleigh. That's cool. Which is just south of the Gold Coast.
Yeah.
Burleigh and
Goldie's fun.
Yeah.
Slingshot, kittens, it's fucking good.
Kittens. Is that the strippers there?
Don't pretend like you don't know.
No, isn't it Hollywood Showgirls?
Oh, Showgirls. No, Kittens is in Sydney, I think.
Come on, bro.
That's sloppy.
That's
sloppy from me.
We're up at Toowoomba a couple of weeks ago, and do you know the name of the strip club in Toowoomba?
No, but I think it's going to be awesome.
It's an old bank. It's called The Vault.
Beautiful.
And everyone knows The Vault.
Of course
it's
they do.
Fucking amazing.
That's a great name because it makes you feel safe when you're going to be debaucherous.
It's like you go out and your mum's a bit worried about you. Where are you going? You go in The Vault. You go, oh, he'll be safe.
He'll be safe. It's a vault. Safe. What could go wrong?
But it's funny. You walk along the main strip and it's like Golo, and then it's a shop, and then it's a dress shop, The Vault, and then it's like a fish and chip shop, and it's just in the middle of the fucking street. Perfect. It's great. Perfect. Let us know your favourite strip club in the comment section below.
But before Patreon, should we shout out the people who had us in their Spotify Wrapped this year?
Oh, yeah. I got a few messages from people, because we got our Spotify Wrapped.
Oh, right.
And people were messaging us saying we were in their Spotify Wrapped. One guy messaged me, he said, we were third in his top 5. Yeah. Behind Rogan and Segura.
Who?
Exactly. I was like, mate, pick those fucking numbers up. Get us to number 1.
No, that was great. That's good. I'm glad. Thank you for listening over the 2022 year, ladies and gentlemen. I think we've only got a couple more shows left, don't we?
For the year, yeah. Well, what have we got next week? And then probably the Chrissy show the week after. And then
that'll wrap us until we get back in January.
Yeah. We might have a week or two off, do you reckon?
Yeah, I reckon we have Christmas off and then come back first week of Jan or something like that.
Yeah, 1 week's enough.
Yeah, I mean,
we're not exactly breaking our backs here, are we? I don't need that much time off.
I mean, I've had a whole beer, so maybe I need a bit of a relax. But so the 16th, we're going to record the Chrissy podcast, and that'll be out the week after. So that is next week. Is that correct, Geeb?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, go over to Patreon right now to catch the rest of this podcast. But for those of you who have no money and no friends, goodbye. Okay.
Patreon, what's up?
Hey, Patreon, how you doing? James Cameron, who directed the
Avatar.
Titanic and Avatar, he said that testosterone is a toxin that should be removed.
That's a fucking very subprimal comment.
Isn't it? Isn't it what?
That's the most beta male shit I've ever seen, James Cameron.
Hell, yeah.
You absolute virgin.
He said that basically testosterone is a toxin that we should remove from the population.
Highest grossing director of all time, 0 pussy, I reckon.
Oh, he's not fucking anyone.
Except his fucking dad, by the sounds of it. That is rubbish.
Have another beer, Geeb. Where you going?
Hey, we're not finished. Get back here.
He just did the John Cena thing. He said, "Use it right."
Can't see me.
Yeah,
that's a very ordinary comment from James.
Do you think you're an overly masculine man?
I think I'm the right amount of masculine.
I think I'm the right amount of masculine.
Yeah,
I tend to agree. I think you don't want to be too much.
No,
it's like the Goldilocks zone, right?
Yeah,
it's like where we live in the solar system. It's not too hot. It's not too cold. It's the Goldilocks zone.
It's just right.
It's like with dick size. I don't think my dick's big. I don't think it's too small. I think it's just right.
I could use a couple more inches.
I mean, I wouldn't
hate it.
If I could stick that on the end of my cock, I would.
That would be sweet.
Like, imagine.
We were talking about this, not you and I was boozing with some mates last weekend. And we're like, because I get quite loud when I'm on the piss.
No.
I do.
Wow.
And I was saying, do you think I'm bad now? Imagine if I had a big cock. I carry on now when I'm on the piss. If I had a big dick, I would never wear pants.
Have a beer, please.
Yeah. I would never. I'd be like unbearable.
Absolutely, and I'd
be like walking around like sticking it in schooner glasses and like banging it on stuff.
And that's why black dudes are like, they just don't give a fuck. They're just like,
what would you be worried about?
What? Yeah, what could you possibly care
about?
You
got an absolute hog. Your fucking life's good.
Some women say they don't like big dicks.
I mean, they're liars. Jessie and Claire.
You fucking women. That is so true, though. It's like...
It's not small. It's just the right size. Yeah, I'm fucking sure it is.
That's the worst one.
That hurts.
Just right.
Do you hear that a bit, do you?
Every time.
Oh, what about this? We met the lovely Lily.
Lily!
At the Ghost show the other night.
Oh, how did that go?
Really good, actually.
Was there shitloads of people going? Was that like a big thing?
Like 150 people or something?
Really?
Yeah.
That's fucking massive.
It was pretty cool. So we did like a podcast. We sat on stage. And
Bullshit.
And the Ghost Grannies cracked some jokes.
How good are the Ghost Grannies?
I love the Ghost Grannies.
They're awesome.
They're guns. Although, we came home and Claire, one of the worries about these ghost hunts is that we'll bring something home with us.
I I'm not being funny. I'm always hesitant to do them for that reason.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, you're asking for your own horror movie. It's how it happens in the horror movies. They go like look at a haunted house. Next minute, it's fucking books are flying off the shelves and you're getting fingered in your sleep. Like,
well, we don't have any books, but yeah. So I'm laying in bed the other night listening to my creepy stories.
Oh no!
And I hear Claire talking, and I pull my headphone out. I said, "What'd you say?" She goes, "There's a man in the room."
Oh God, no!
And I said, "What?" She goes, "There's a man in the room."
Was she asleep? Like sleep talking? I
think she was. Because she said it way too casually to not be.
Was she like sleep talking?
I think so.
Oh, that's giving me the heebie-jeebies already.
So I don't think that it was actually a ghost.
Why?
Well, because she said it too casually.
Yeah, but she might have been like...
If she actually saw a ghost and there was a man in the room, don't you think she'd go, ah?
Yeah.
I would have freaked the fuck out. So anyway, I did I went around the house and obviously I had Claire in front of me to protect
Of course, Operation Human Shield.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I didn't see anything. But we asked the ghost grannies the next day and they said, well, it probably is just like a guardian angel looking over you or something like that.
I don't think they said that. They said it's an escaped rapist from Maitland Jail. And he loves raping dudes.
Oh,
sleeping bearded dudes.
That's why I'm trying to get these out of the fucking house.
Imagine you wake up and the ghost gets you by putting one of these butt plugs in you. You wake up and you're like, oh fucking hell, fuck, slept funny on my ass.
Oh Jesus.
Oh no, not again.
We had a stripper at a Mad Monday once who pulled beads out of her ass.
Yeah, I've seen that before. And that's confronting.
And then a guy whose name rhymes with Ark.
He gets a lot of runs on this podcast, this man.
He put it in his teeth and like used it as like a skipping rope. Like it's bad enough if it was in a pussy, but in her ass, you're like,
that's
bad.
One of my favourite things I've seen at a strip show was it was on the Gold Coast, funnily enough, and the stripper laid on her back, so she had the buck on the ground, flat on his back. I may have told this story on this podcast before, but it's worth telling again.
Please do.
She laid flat on her back and chugged a beer with her pussy. Like, put the stubby in her pussy, chugged the beer, and then squatted over the buck and fucking just gushed the whole stubby out of her pussy onto his face. It was one of, and it was funny because it wasn't a big buck show. There was only like 9 of us plus the buck. And we're all just fucking like... Your head nearly fell off your laughing. It was like the funniest thing I've ever seen.
That's pretty fucking gross.
It's fucking... And then we cleaned this shit up. Everyone's like, oh, thanks for coming. They paid her. Oh, that was fucking great. Thank you so much.
Where was this at? At like a hotel?
Yeah, in our hotel room. Yeah. And then she left and then we came back and sat down back in the room. There's all pussy beer all over the ground. I'm like, well, who's going to clean this?
Fuck.
Didn't even lay a towel?
So good. I think she might have, but I mean, it was pretty aggressive showering.
Dude, every time I use a hotel towel, I just go, ugh.
Yeah, this has been wanked in.
This has been wanked in, bled on, shat on, everything.
Yeah.
It's awful.
That was just after you used it.
Oh, I know. Hemorrhoids. Ugh. Yeah, there's been some interesting... Do you know when you go to a strip club or you see chicks, or even maybe even someone's ex-partner or something has done this. Maybe you listen to this and your partner does it now. Dressing up in the school uniform.
Yeah, like a naughty schoolgirl.
I can't get around that.
Nah, I need naughty school boys.
I don't. I just think it's a bit weird. It's weird that's...
I used to think it was hot.
Did you?
Yeah. When I was younger, I was because you'd see
How young are we talking?
When you're in school.
When I was at school. I remember seeing
good save, Gabe.
Austin Powers. The scene in Austin Powers when there's the Asian twins. Fuck me and fuck you. Fuck me and fuck you.
Yeah.
Classic scene. And they're both in schoolgirl uniforms, but they're real slutty schoolgirl uniforms. I was like, that's hot. And I think there was one in one of the Fast and Furious movies where one of the girls is in a...
Do you still think that chicks dressed in a slutty school uniform is hot?
Only if they're still in school.
I just can't
just double down.
I can't get around it. I can't get around it.
Can.
I like it when their backpack looks real big on them.
Yeah.
I can't get around it. I feel like that's a weird fantasy for dudes to have to want to fuck someone in a school uniform.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Do you know what I do find hot these days is the when you hear about the chick teachers who have been fucking their students.
What are your thoughts on that?
It's funny. You know how it's funny? It's so crook if a dude is fucking the chick students.
Yep.
But it's and I'm sure I'm not alone in this.
There's a whole South Park episode.
Yeah. They're nice. And it's like, it's awesome. I think it's like when there's like a 16-year-old dude getting groomed by his hot, and the teacher's always hot.
Yeah.
Like it's always a fucking absolute smoke show.
Yeah, it's never like
that's grooming these lucky young bastards. Why did that happen to me? Yeah, I'm like all for that. I know it's wrong, but I'm like, that's fucking awesome.
Well, the dudes who are getting these roots with teachers, they're always jerking off over these chicks that look like that anyway. Yeah. They're like, this is great, this is fantastic.
They're the best thing in the world. But it's predatory when it's a dude.
When it's a dude, yeah.
But it's predatory. Why is it good when it's a chick? Because it's the same thing. It's not though, is it?
Because I don't think that chicks fuck guys. I think guys fuck chicks.
It's almost because I think
because of the penetration.
Yeah,
like what else in life? Like let's say this.
Let's use this butt plug for example. See this butt plug?
If I stick this in my ass, did I fuck it?
You fucked yourself.
Or did it fuck me?
You fucked yourself properly. That's called, if someone tells you to go fuck yourself.
Grab yourself a Final Fantasy.
That should be their tagline. Anal fantasy for fucking yourself.
Anal fantasy, go fuck yourself.
Go. Anal fantasy collection. Go fuck yourself. You got it, surely. Gabe, reach out to the anal fantasy people.
No, Gabe, gotta be paying us now. Gabe, we've given them that much airtime.
Make a clip of this, send it to me. I'll post it on my Instagram.
Send it to Anal Fantasy.
Hi, I'm Isaac from Anal Fantasy. Have you had a hard day? Have you had a tough life? Well, go and fuck yourself with the brand new Turbo Twister 5000. Bluey?
Guys, after a hard day at work, I love to unwind with the Anal Fantasy Collection Askasm Cock Ring Plug. Nothing helps me relax after a tough day on the tools than fucking myself.
We actually might get a sponsorship after that.
I hope so.
Clip them. I'll post it. We'll post it and tag Anal
Everyone
Fantasy.
tag Anal Fantasy.
We've got to get...
Oh, hang on. It's not Anal Fantasy. It's
Anal Fantasy is
Pipe Dream.
Anal Fantasy...
No, that's the collection.
Oh, it's the...
God, it's like...
Shall I do a read for it now and we'll clip it?
Hang on.
We need maybe they do something besides Anal Fantasy. We might get some good stuff here.
We should honestly be doing ads for sex toys.
It's about the only
Pipe Dream products.
Yeah.
G'day, I'm Isaac, and this is Bluey, and we love Pipe Dream products. We thoroughly enjoy the Anal Fantasy collection, the classic prostate stimulator. Not a day goes by where I don't love coming home and just fucking myself red raw.
The Pipe Dream Collection is the ultimate tool for unwinding after a long day.
It's
no
the
matter
Anal
what you
Fantasy
do.
collection.
Someone tells you... Say you're having a tough day at work and someone tells you to go fuck yourself. Well, now you can with the Pipe Dream Anal Fantasy Collection. Only $9.95. I don't know how much it costs.
I wonder how much they do cost. Go and get yours today and really get to know yourself with some innovative, intimate tools. That's from their tagline.
Pipe Dream, go and fuck yourself.
Oh, God, they got everything. They've got... Have a look at this.
We're giving them too much airtime for free.
Look at this. Oh, it went away. Look at this. This is a clit stimulator. Oh, God, it went away. Look at that thing.
Whoa, the Ultimate Pleasure Pro.
So this goes up your vag, and then there's like a clit
There's
licker.
a little tongue. Suction cup and a tongue.
It looks like a snake's tongue.
No,
These guys really are revolutionary.
The girls got crazy toys.
Licks, sucks, vibrates, and simulates the G-spot all at the same time.
The fact that men can't buy that without being shamed is disgusting.
But now you can.
So sub to our Patreon and we'll give you one away.
Yeah, we should. Gabe, reach out to Pipe Dream. I want to be on board with these people.
Oh, I will. I actually will.
Yeah, 100%. And we could we could give away sex toys on the show.
What else do they sell?
Fucking everything by looks of
it.
That thing looked crazy. That lick and sucking,
lick suck,
lick and sucking robots.
Yeah. Oh, they got anal douches, lubricants. They got more games.
It's for like if you got a fantasy of getting piped by old girls. It's like
how about this? Erection. Oh, they got masturbators. They got the beginning silicone cocktoos. Where's the fucking I don't want to do any work.
Just lay on your back and get jerked off.
Just jerk. Imagine that. You'd never leave the house. That's why you can't make these for men, because men will never leave the house.
The economy will crash because the boys will just stop going to work.
Like if you wake up and you just strap on the fucking anal stimulator cocksucker 3000, you never leave.
Walking around the house with it on permanently.
You're in the bank line, just
on under your clothes. You're like, You look like a Ken doll because it actually pulled your doodle off.
You open up your dishwasher and you just got cock sleeve after cock sleeve after cock sleeve.
Full of fucking dildos, cock sleeves. The podcast just got a light humming noise under it all because me, you, and Gabe have all got fucking cock sleeves on. Just a thudding and a humming.
It sort of sounds like old mate out of fucking
that's how you'll know if we end up collabing with Pipe Dream, because there'll be a light humming under every episode.
Pipe Dream, hook us up. Come on board, pay for the podcast, and we will give you the best ads of all time.
You just got one for free.
They just got one for free. That's our pilot.
That's the pilot ad.
Fuck yeah. How good's that? What else? There was something else you wanted to talk about.
I wanted to talk about, there was a scientist who worked at the Wuhan lab says the COVID was a man-made virus.
What a transition.
A scientist who worked at the controversial research lab, and why is it controversial? Are the mainstream media admitting to the fact that they did dodgy shit there?
How funny! Like, yeah, I know. Like, we talk about this all the time. This is stuff that just got you booted from like Facebook and stuff like 6 months ago,
and now it's
like it's all good. Like, fuck, it annoys the fuck out of me.
So he's claimed that COVID was a man-made virus that leaked from the facility, according to a report. Andrew Huff, who worked at the New York-based non-profit that studied viruses, said COVID leaked in the Wuhan Institute of Virology in China 2 years plus ago, and they blamed authorities for the biggest intelligence biggest U.S. intelligence failure since 9/11. The Britain Sun reported on Sunday. The lab has been at the centre of fierce debates of the origins of COVID, with both Chinese government officials and lab personnel denying that the virus leaked from the facility. Huff, an epidemiologist, said in his new book, The Truth About Wuhan, that the pandemic was a result of the US government's funding of coronaviruses in China. People have been saying this for months. He said that the China's gain of function experiments, which was all run by fucking Fauci.
Yeah, they paid for it.
These cunts.
That Josh Rogan, the journo.
Joe Rogan?
No, Josh Rogan.
Don't want to hear about it.
But it was on Joe Rogan. But he did it. He did a Rogan ages ago when like we were in the middle of lockdowns, and he was like, he explained it all, exactly that, like that Fauci and the US were paying for this research. It's annoying but kind of like everyone's haven't we just sort of known this all along, but you just couldn't say it.
On the topic of Rogans, he posted this thing the other day about these other scientists that were in Siberia, and they were going through a glacier and they're studying this virus that they found and they've replicated that killed thou. Can you stop?
Stop it.
Can you stop doing things?
Just leave those things there.
This is why they should have more sex toys for men, so we stop fucking playing with viruses.
Yeah, give some of these virologists some of the Anal Fantasy collection, and they might fucking stop killing the world.
What else is on the Anal Fantasy connection?
You are so keen on this.
Well, okay, so they got the prostate stimulator, Pipe Dream.
I'm sure they'll send us a few toys to plug.
They'd fucking want to.
Who are you a bigger fan of, Rogan or McGregor?
Rogan,
definitely.
Have you seen that they're
beefing?
They're bluing?
They're beefing. You know when he fought Khabib, and he kneed him, and Rogan's like, that's an illegal knee. How long ago was that fight, by the way? That was fucking like 2 years ago, wasn't it? More. And McGregor's like blowing up. He's like,
he got on Twitter and did a voice note.
He did a voice note on Twitter. He's like, that's not an illegal knee. Like, fuck,
he did a pretty funny impression too.
Yeah. And I was like, that's fucking old news. Like,
I don't know what. It makes him look sorry as. Like,
yeah, I don't know.
I think he just gets fucking coked out of his head.
Yes,
and
it has to be.
Launches. He was calling out Artem, his Polish mate.
Artem suing him.
Yeah, and he's like,
Russian mate.
Whatever. It's all the same to me.
Apparently so, as well, for the same opinion is held by Vladimir. Poland and Russia are the same thing. Yes,
exactly. But he was caught. He did the same thing to Artem. He's like, why is Artem suing him?
Because Artem felt that he did. Not sure on the specifics, so don't quote me. Don't know who would quote me? But apparently, Artem didn't get paid the right amount for
Ultimate Fighter. No.
Proper 12.
Oh, really? Why would he get paid off Proper 12?
He was involved in something.
Okay.
I can Google it if you like.
That's all right. I don't need specifics.
I think Connor got sued by Artem because Arden promised him for Christmas he was going to get him the Final Fantasy anal collection.
And he didn't get it.
And he got him the vaginal stimulation.
That is worth suing.
He got him with the big tongue.
That is worth suing. Yeah, because he did a voice memo for him on Twitter too. It was like, I'll meet you at the fucking... He said like some pub. He's like, I'll meet you at fucking 3:30 and fight you for the lot of it. He's obviously just getting drilled on his yacht, like getting high as fuck and just like, fuck this. Time to take the Twitter.
But it's another one like Kanye. You get too famous, you got too much money, and there's no
money.
one really around you.
No.
You don't have to do any work.
No.
Like, what is Connor doing every day other than training for an hour?
Yeah.
2 hours.
Yeah, not much. Getting fucked up.
And this is, well, we didn't mention this in the podcast when we were talking about steroids, but he has to be pumping shit into him to get that fucking leg better.
Yeah.
He broke his leg in half.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, you don't come back from that.
Nah, he can't. Yeah, I don't know. He's planning on fighting again, isn't he?
Yeah, but will he ever be the same?
No, he's not the same. Anyway.
Massive fall from grace.
Yeah.
I'm a casual, but like it just seems like such a fall from grace.
Why do you think it's a fall from grace?
He was the biggest deal in whatever that year was. Like there was a year where just Conor McGregor.
2016, 2017, 2018.
2
something
years.
like that?
Well, he smoked Aldo and then he went and fucking killed Frankie
But even
Edgar
if
as
you
well.
didn't like UFC,
Edgar was before Aldo.
Even if you
Not,
didn't-
what's his name? Alvarez. No.
Yeah, Eddie Alvarez.
Yeah, Eddie Alvarez.
In New York.
It just
Yeah.
brought so much eyes to like anyone to UFC. Like even if you didn't know UFC, you knew who Conor McGregor was. And now it just seems like
He's becoming a bit of a joke.
he's a joke, and he's angry at people over shit that doesn't even concern him.
he was killing it.
It looks bad.
He was killing it. He was making money. But he got to the position where he's champion, then he's double champ. And then what do? You either...
Retain and defend your belts for as long as you can.
But there's no money in that.
Yeah,
Because
but like you could still do your like thing. Like he's got the like
Yeah.
proper 12 and the Mac Life and like McGregor Sports Group and everything. Do that and then do it Izzy Adesanya and Usman and
Yep.
just hang around and fucking clean the division out.
So he could have done that, and he could have made $20 million maybe.
Yeah, but it's not for like.
But he fought Mayweather and made 100.
Yeah, but it's not about. It shouldn't. I don't know. If you're a champion, then it's not about the money. It's about being remembered as the fucking your legacy. Because it's like Cristiano Ronaldo just did at Man United. They just fuck their legacy with their ego. Like, you know, Ronaldo's just gone back to United, had a great year last year. He's 38, so he's not starting every week. The coach is starting young. Well, he can't. He's 38. He can't. They want blokes that are going to run all game. He's just getting on the end of crosses and stuff. But he's gone to Piers Morgan, done an interview and bagged the coach to get himself sacked so he can get out of his contract.
Really?
Just ruin your legacy.
Is that
It's
how
like-
he got out of his contract? By doing that interview?
Yeah, he went and like
I didn't know
just
that.
before the World Cup.
Well, he did that, and he pulled out the anal stimulator. I think
yeah,
that was a problem as
he
well.
did an endorsement with that.
How good would that be? Instead of high smile, it's fucking the anal stimulator.
But yeah, these guys like because like Kamaru Usman, Volkanovski, they're going to be remembered as like great champions. McGregor's going to be like remembered for the quick knockout and being a fucking lemon.
But he's going to have
Yeah,
hundreds of millions.
of course he is. But like Kamaru Usman's not going to be short of a quid. Izzy Adesanya's not going to be short of a quid.
Yeah,
Volkanovski's not
I
going to be
guess
short of a quid.
that's the question. How much do you want?
Yeah,
Do you want to have so McGregor's now got generational wealth that'll pass down to his
sure.
kids and his grandkids and great.
but could he have not had both?
That's what I think.
Like, why have you got to have one or the other?
Mate, I don't think he would have made anywhere near the same. Like, not even ballpark.
But
the
like-
same amount of money.
But like he could do it after that fight.
Yeah, like Dustin Poirier's still got the hot sauce and he's still fighting. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, but hot sauce isn't the same as proper 12.
No, but what I'm saying, I'm not saying the size of it, but like Connor's not in there brewing the whiskey. Like he's not. I can't imagine he'd be that hands up. Like you're paying people to do that, and
He's a face, and that's
you just
it.
turn up to the photo shoot and
How
fucking.
much did proper 12 sold?
It's insane. It's shit too, by the way.
It's whiskey. It's
Yeah,
fine.
it's shit.
You hate whiskey.
But like-
Yeah, but that's shit. Like that's shit.
But Isaac, like I think, at least my point is like, as an athlete, as a respectable athlete, like he's fallen off. What you're saying is so true. He's all about get your bag, get your bread. But it just seems like as a athlete, as an icon, like he's just tarnished that completely.
Yeah, I mean, if you said to me,
If you admire the money he's made, 100, I'm with you. 100%.
so he sold proper 12 for $600 million.
Yeah,
That's
fucking
crazy.
oath.
And if you said to me,
How much of that would he got?
Oh, maybe 40%,
Yeah, that's so much money.
maybe.
Who bought it? It's all Japanese. Fucks. What did I
I
learned
think
a
Tui's
crazy.
new bought it.
Well, Tui, all the big brands in this country are owned by Japanese countries. 80
all,
or
those,
90
all those Japanese countries, eh?
are owned by Japanese businesses. But 90 cents in every dollar or 85 cents in every dollar that you spend on beer, on like the big beer brands here, goes overseas.
Yeah.
So I got to drink local.
Yeah.
Like all like that, Boltart, like Tui's, Forex, Castlemate, like everything. They're all owned by
Asahi, is it?
Asahi, yeah. All the big ones, and all the money goes overseas. Drink local.
But that's the same with a lot of things.
Of course it is.
Most things.
You buy these fucking things. You buy whatever.
Of course it is. Yeah.
I understand what you're saying about legacy, but if you said to me, "Do you want to be an Australian icon or do you want to have fuck off money?" I'd say fuck off money all day.
But what's the difference between like what would say Kamaru Usman be worth? Like after his title defenses and still get endorsements.
Net worth is when you Google someone's net worth.
It's not accurate. But okay, so it's not going to be 300 million.
Let's just have a guess. Net worth
40 million.
They reckon $3 million.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
He wouldn't be worth three. He'd be worth more than that. But like,
well, you got to think about Usman's career earnings of $6.5 million.
So that's already more than three.
Yeah, but how much of that has he spent?
Yeah, but like, if he invests it, say he's worth $5 million.
Let's call it 5 in the middle. Yeah,
and McGregor's worth 300. Like, what's the difference in lifestyle between being worth $5 or $6 million and having that in the bank? And like, I know you could probably buy a fucking super yacht, but like, it's not. If you can have the legacy and be worth $5 million, or have $3 million and be remembered, $300 million and be remembered as a flog, like.
I think it's like saying what's the difference between being like earning the money that a bricklayer does and a doctor.
Yeah, but
there's a
but if a bricklayer was on, that's a terrible analogy.
What do you mean?
Because if you're on $1 million, you have a very comfortable life.
Yeah, but
a bricklayer doesn't have a comfortable life.
Yeah, I know. Like that gap is what you're saying.
There's a huge gap, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but it's like
lifestyle.
But like,
Rogan spoke about
how much
this.
better is your life if you got $5 million in the bank? If you got $300 million?
Yeah, it's fair because you don't need that much.
No.
What are you going to do with it?
Exactly, and you can still look after your family and set up trusts and whatever with $5 million, surely, and go and defend your belt fucking 6 times, 7 times.
But I think where we lose sort of track with the McGregor thing is I think he genuinely thought he would beat Mayweather.
Probably.
I think he genuinely thought he would beat Mayweather. I think he genuinely thought he would beat. Because you can't go into those fights not believing that you will.
He was at least convincing.
He's the ultimate for self-belief.
Yeah. And then to come back, he beat Cowboy very convincingly.
Yeah, but Cowboy's 100.
Sure, but he needed a tune-up.
Yeah.
Got it.
He fucking got it.
But Cowboy's also very dangerous.
Yeah.
He's you shouldn't sleep on Cowboy. And then he comes back and fights Poirier. He was doing well, then got slept. Then comes back and breaks his leg. I mean, if he doesn't break his leg in that fight, I think he should have fucking just gone back to square one and fought someone in the top 10. Mm-hmm. That's what I think he should have done. But it's hard.
They're worried about their price when they do shit like that, hey?
And your pride.
Yeah.
Because what if you get beat?
Yeah.
What if you get, like we just saw with Tai Tuivasa, he got knocked out yesterday by a guy ranked 5th. So that's not as bad.
Yeah.
But now he's lost twice.
Yeah.
So what do you do next?
Yeah, you can go on a slide pretty quick.
Well, he lost 3 in a row and then won like 5 or 6 in a row.
Yeah, and that got him up to like 3rd, 2nd in the rankings.
Second?
Yeah.
3rd.
Yeah.
Is this Tai or McGregor, sorry?
Tai. Yeah.
But also he's different because he just goes in there and fucking...
Yeah, he only knows one way, the big fella.
I love that cunt.
Yeah, he's good.
Righto, Patreon. Fuck off. We've only got 2 more shows this year, so stick around and thank you very much for your dono. I appreciate your time and your efforts. Bluey, anything else to add?
Nah, everyone that had us in their top Spotify podcast.
Thank you very much.
That was very
for
nice. That made me very happy.
Good. There are people out there that enjoy the show, and that's what it's all about.
For sure.
And making that cheddar.
And also, and it's not about legacy. I think we've established that's about money.
Mate, legacy is overrated.
Of course.
Legacy is overrated because people forget about you.
Don't you
think about the biggest? Who are the
me.
biggest fighters of all time? There's like 3 you can name.
Ali,
right?
Tyson Fury. They'll be remembered for greats. Mayweather.
Ali will be remembered forever.
Pacquiao. There's heaps.
Yeah, but my point is, there's so many people who aren't remembered, but they thought they were doing the right thing, and they wish they could go back because you can spend $3 million pretty quick.
Yeah, you could probably blow it.
Mm-hmm.
I know I could.
Fucking oath you could.
Yeah.
Buy a house, buy a car, buy a house.
Yeah.
There you go.
Buy a nice house.
One nice house.
One nice house and half of it's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the taxman gets the other half.
That's what I'm saying. So you really got to understand that it's
and McGregor's
$6 million isn't as much as you think.
No, and McGregor's got an absurd amount of money. But like I don't know. I feel like he could have done both. Like, I don't think... Like, he's just on the piss all the time.
But this is the other thing, and I probably should have said this before. There is no chance that you get someone who has everything together and can be McGregor.
Nah.
You got to be a fucking loose cunt.
Floyd Mayweather doesn't drink. He sucks,
but he's a cunt.
Yeah, he sucks.
I hate that prick.
Yeah.
He's a weapon, though.
I think he loves strippers.
One of the greatest.
I think he owns a few strip clubs.
I think he'd have some fucking
dirty secrets.
Gabe said it, not me.
He'd have some skeletons.
Couple of skelos.
Yeah, for sure.
Let me know about your thoughts about Mayweather skeletons in the comment section below. Remember to grab your Anal Fantasy collection with 5% off if you use the code word BUTTBLUE.
Blue butt.
And we'll see you next week. Thank you very much. Au revoir. Bye-bye.
Bye.